Good afternoon. Thank you for coming and thank you for staying. So, today I will present about Our Lady of Vang, the Mother of, and how to promoting interreligious relation in Vietnam through devotion at the shrine of Our Lady of Vang. So, as in the most Asian countries, Catholics are a minority in Vietnam. Therefore, it is necessary for the Church to engage across religious boundaries. Interreligious dialogue, while focusing on shared concern and values, can benefit from the relatable and shared symbols of veneration. Among the many indigenous Vietnamese religions and Buddhism, Mary is relatable to the image of the Mother of Goddess. That is one of the many reasons why the shrine to Our Lady of Vang in central Vietnam attract many non-Christian devotees to participate in interreligious pilgrimage and rituals. This paper will argue that the religious plurality and communal harmony at the shrine to Our Lady of Vang can help to promote interreligious relations that are necessary for the Vietnamese Church to flourish. After first describing the religious context in Vietnam, I examined the nature of non-Christian Marian veneration at the shrine. Then I will analyze the effects of this interreligious devotion to Mary and how it can help to promote dialogue and understanding across religious boundaries. Utilizing an interdisciplinary approach that includes theological, sociological, and anthropological analysis. This paper demonstrates how Marian dialogue can be instrumental in the bridging multiple traditions and culture. So political and social factors has profoundly influenced the religious practices and belief in Vietnamese people. The Vietnamese government has imposed strict regulation on religious practices because religion is considered a threat to state control under the communist government. Despite these challenges, many religious communities have shown resilience, adapting to political pressures by finding new ways to practice their faith. Likewise, social factors like modernization and social media have introduced Western ideas and values, leading to new forms of spiritual fulfillment that differ from traditional practices. Catholicism in Vietnam often faces scrutiny and limitation on its activities. Catholics are a minority. However, religious plurality in Vietnam exhibits coexistence and interaction of various religious traditions, including Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hoa Hao, and even the newer movements. These pluralities help to foster cultural richness, tolerance, and mutual respect. So, Catholicism was introduced to Vietnam by European missionaries in the 16th and 17th centuries. Despite frequent persecution, the Catholic Church in Vietnam has remained resilient and has grown in Vietnam to comprise about 6% of the total population. Buddhism is one of the largest religious minorities in Vietnam, approximately about 5 to 12% of the overall population. Buddhism also had a long history of influence on Vietnamese culture and societal norms. Buddhist temples and pagodas are integral to Vietnamese communities, serving as a place of worship, meditation, education, and social gatherings. The communal activities organized around the temples often transcend religious boundaries, involving local residents regardless of their faith. Many Vietnamese people do not adhere to an organized religious tradition, but they follow the practice of the folk or indigenous religions. Within the indigenous religious practices, there is a significant focus on worship of the Mother Goddess, or we call Đạo Mẫu. The Mother Goddess holds a prominent position, symbolizing fertility, protection, and compassion. So, during a period of Catholic persecution from 1798 to 1800s, Catholics fled to Vang in what is now Central Vietnam to recite the Rosary every evening under a banyan tree. One night in 1798, when they were gathering, they saw a great beautiful lady dressed in white, surrounded in light, holding an infant boy in her arms. Then she stopped and told them, "My children, what you have asked of me, I have granted you, and henceforth whoever will come here to pray to me, I will listen to them." So you can see that the picture they displayed when she appeared to the group of Vietnamese Christians at that time. So the La Vang story also have a Buddhist version. The Buddhists in 3 villages near La Vang heard that a lady called Thiên Mụ, or the Heavenly Lady, appeared under the banyan tree where people who went to pray with her were miraculously healed. There was again persecution to Catholics from 1820 to 1840, and the Buddhists built a pagoda in this place to honor the Buddha. The night after the pagodas were dedicated, so the leaders of the 3 villages had a similar dream where the Buddha appeared to them and told them to move this statue to another place because there was a lady more powerful than him occupying this place. The next day they went to the pagoda and saw that the Buddha statue has been moved outside. They brought it back inside, but again had it the same dream. So after that, the Buddhists donated the pagoda to the Catholics, who converted it into the first chapel of Our Lady of La Vang. So the La Vang shrine holds a special place in the spiritual life of Vietnamese Catholics and non-Catholics. It is a tradition that pilgrims come to La Vang to go to the Mother's house to be loved, comforted, and hear Mother's advice. The shrine has become a symbol of hope, resilience, and the enduring faith of the Vietnamese people. The site's importance is not limited to religious devotion. It is also served as a cultural and historical landmark, attracting thousands of pilgrims each year. Our Lady is Mother of all. She is love and care for anyone who comes to her without distinguishing between Catholics or different religions. So the devotion to female figure existed in Vietnamese culture well before the Western missionary introduced the image of Mary to Vietnamese Christians. This facilitated her reception because they were influenced by the cult of the Mother Goddess. There is a strong tendency among the principle of origin. In this tradition, the belief in Mother Goddess has remained. For Buddhism, the image of Quan is familiar among its followers, as most Vietnamese are more familiar with images of Quan than images of the Buddha. Quan has become an essential part in the daily life of the Vietnamese people for many centuries. So you can see the picture of the Mary and the Quan or Queen. So it very look familiar. Right? So, likewise, the devotion to Mary in the Catholic Church in Vietnam has been strengthened by its interaction with the indigenous cult of the Mother Goddess, from which many Marian devotional practices in the Vietnamese Church have adopted rituals of the Mother Goddess. In Vietnamese culture, Mary is often associated with the Mother Goddess. This culture helps Mary to be a relatable and revered figure among the non-Christians. The Mother Goddess is considered as nurturing, patient, peace, humility, mercy, protection, and compassion, traits also attributed to Mary. This parallel facilitates a deeper connection between Catholics and non-Catholic devotees. For the Vietnamese Buddhists, Quantum is known as a Mother of Mercy who grants them peace and comfort in their lives, especially in their difficult times. The images of Mary and Quantum reveal many similarities in the familiar picture or statues of Mary holding the baby Jesus to her chest. She has also been portrayed as a loving deity with a magnificent heart eternally exposed on her chest. Quantum statues also hold a baby on her chest. So the shrine of Our Lady of Vang is not only a meeting point for Catholic pilgrims, but also for the non-Catholics to pray to Our Lady for grace and healings. The sheer veneration of Mary creates an unique space where religious boundaries are fluid. In the pilgrimage to Our Lady of Vang in 2017, Cardinal Fernando Filoni expressed pride that Vietnamese believers consider this as a common home where Our Lady of Vang is present. This common home shows that Our Lady of Vang is a mother of all. There are many rituals that take place at the shrine of Our Lady of Vang. The rituals of offering of the flowers with a dancing, or we call Dân Hoa, is a special ritual for Marian days in Vang. Offerings made by pilgrims are diverse and reflect the wide range of the religious background present. For example, Buddhist devotees or indigenous religion followers might offer flowers, fruits, or incense sticks or another item considered sacred in their own traditions. The interreligious devotion to Mary as a shrine fosters a sense of community harmony and mutual respect. In Mary, there is no distinction or barrier between Catholicism, Buddhism, Taoism, or Hòa Hảo, or indigenous religions, but people coming to Mary carry within themselves the prayers for peace, harmony, and unity of themselves, their families, and for the nation. So you can see the picture, that is the black of the non-Christian after they receive the prayer from Mary, and they come back to the shrine to give that something to give thanks to Mary. So the shrine's role in the promoting mutual understanding is evident in the interactions among pilgrims. The shared rituals and prayer create numerous opportunities for dialogue and learning. Pilgrims exchange stories, experiences, and beliefs, enriching their understanding of each other's faith. This environment of mutual respect and understanding is crucial amid the religious diversity in Vietnam. For instance, during the pilgrimage, it is common to see the Buddhist and indigenous practitioners participating in the Mass, Marian procession, lighting candles, and offering flowers at the shrine. The acts of devotion, though rooted in different religious traditions, converge in the shared space of the shrine, promoting a deeper appreciation of each other's beliefs and practices. This mutual engagement is not limited to religious rituals, but extends to social interaction, where pilgrims from different backgrounds share their life story and spiritual journeys, thereby building bridges of understanding and respect. The statues of Our Lady of La Vang wear the traditional Vietnamese attire or áo dài, symbolizing the integration of local culture with Catholic devotion. I will show that picture at the end. So this makes the shrine a welcoming space for all, regardless of religious affiliations, and underscores the universal appeal of Mary as a motherly figure of compassion and care. So Marian devotion serves as a vital bridge for interreligious dialogue. Mary reveals as a mother Jesus in Christianity embodies qualities such as compassion, protection, and nurturing, which resonates deeply with the perception of the mother goddess in other religion traditions. In Vietnam, this shared reverence for maternal figure across different faiths allow Mary to transcend religious boundaries and become a universal symbol of compassion and protection. The shrine to Our Lady of La Vang displays Vietnam's religious diversity and the potential for harmonious coexistence. The interreligious devotion to Mary at this shrine demonstrates how shared love for Mary can unite people from different religions. The gatherings not only strengthen community bonds but provide a platform for different religious groups to engage in dialogue and celebrate their shared values. Anthropologically, the rituals and practices at the shrine reveal the nature of Vietnamese religious culture. The combination of Catholic and indigenous elements in Marian devotion highlight the adaptability and inclusiveness of Vietnamese spirituality. For instance, it is common to see Buddhist and indigenous religion practitioners participate at Marian rituals La Vang, freely integrating their own practice. The anthropological studies of the practice sheds light on the ways in which cultural and religious identities are negotiated and expressed in shared sacred spaces. And through devotion to Mary in La Vang, the pilgrims can begin a dialogue of life to share their life experience and spirituality. So the shrine to Our Lady of La Vang is more than a religious site. It is a symbol of interreligious dialogue and communal harmonies in Vietnam. The sheer veneration of Mary by Catholic and non-Catholics alike demonstrates the power of religious symbols to transcend boundaries and unite diverse communities. In a country marked by religious plurality, the interreligious devotion to Mary at the shrine of Our Lady of La Vang offer a model for promoting dialogue, understanding, and peace. As Peter Phan states, dialogue with the followers of other faiths is not a luxury, but an absolute necessity for Vietnamese Catholics. Indeed, it is an essential component of Christian mission in Vietnam, along with inculturation and liberation. So Marian devotion at La Vang plays an important role in helping people share and dialogue about their spiritual and daily life experiences. This place also helps encourage people to live and act in harmony, peace, understanding, respect, and mutual support to promote a good and just society. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, question for sister, even though she has not danced yet. No, sister, yeah, where's the dance? Okay, go ahead.
Sister, thank you. I like your paper as well. I'm curious, where is the hierarchy
in
on
Vietnam.
this matter, the Vietnamese hierarchy.
You mean the hierarchy for the people come to venerate?
Yes, like the bishops, where do they stand on this?
They didn't say anything about when the non-Christian come to marry. Yes, maybe they leave it for free. That is the way we open for the religious freedom, and yeah, we need it in Vietnam because we have many religions, but very small in the population. So we need to connect with each other to build up the society and our own religion.
I have a follow-up question. And I like that. Is it because maybe they are coming to the Catholic religion, Vang, then they are happy, but if the Catholics are going to something else, there might be a problem with that. But I also wanted to, curious, where's the feminine? Like we talked, Joe talked about in Sri Lanka and the feminine force energy there. Is that the same in Vietnam?
Can you repeat it for me?
I'm just talking about, because you showed a picture of
Mother Goddess?
Yeah, Mother Goddess.
Yes.
So in Vietnamese culture, pre-Christian realities, were women very much present in the religious imagination?
I think that as I put it in my presentation, before the European missionary introduced the image of Mary to Vietnamese church, to Vietnamese culture, so the image of Mother Goddess exists in Vietnamese culture for a long time ago. So like, Father Thảo Nguyen, that one of the Vietnamese theologians, he mentioned that many rituals to Vietnamese people to express to Mary come from the rituals of the Vietnamese people expressed to the Mother Goddess long time ago. Yeah.
Did you have your hand up?
I think it was connected to one.
That's interesting.
Because there are two questions at the second level.
Okay, yes, sir.
Father Mark.
Thank you very much, sister, for your great presentation. I have a question that looks like a very general concern regarding interreligious dialogue. I understand that with regard to proper dialogue, there is no proselytism. You don't come to try to convert the other to your religion. So we allow people to stay in their native religions. But my question is, with regard to our leader of Vang and the Vietnamese realities, is there a topic, what is the content of religious dialogue that devotion to Mary at Vang could promote? What are those ideas that could really help for national integration that can be promoted alongside this devotion to Mary, so that there is something that the dialogue is about and that it can also promote for common humanity rather than just a religious sense?
Yes, I think, as I mentioned, we have like the diversity of religion in Vietnam. So in Vietnam, we have trouble with the ideologies of the Confucianism. So I always talk about we need to have intra-religious dialogue. That means we need among the Catholic, we were influenced by the Confucianism. So if we want to have inter-religious dialogue with the people outside the Catholic Church, we need to have intra-religious with our own first. So in that issue, I think, so for the people come to Our Lady of Vang, I talk about the non-Christian. So that is the one way for them to have dialogue in the lower level. They will share with when they come there, and then when they can meet the Christian there, they can share with each other about the life experience. Yeah, so I think that is the lower way for them, and from that they can make it a bigger or the higher level for dialogue. Maybe in the village, the group of the women, including Christian women and non-Christian women, they can have the groups so they can share about what they meet with in their lives. So from that, I think it's from that they can build up a higher level for the dialogue.
Thank you, sister. Again, just giving you information clearinghouse. There is a beautiful statue at St. Martin of Tours of Our Lady of Lavang, down the road from here in Franklin, and in Hill Square, as well, Shepherd. The other thing is that there is the Asian Pacific Islander community that comes once a year that celebrates Mass at the pastoral center in the Archdiocese. And each community comes with their icon of Mary from different cultures. Anybody who is studying wants to further your study, mark your calendar and observe that as well. So I'm just sharing that. Thank you.
Yeah, so talk about it. So, you know, in Vietnam, we not only consider the Our Lady of Lavang inside the Vietnam, but now wherever throughout the world have the Vietnamese community, they will build a shrine to Our Lady of Lavang. Yeah. So now for the people abroad of Vietnam, they call it Our Lady of Vietnam instead of Our Lady of Lavang. Yeah. So you can Google and you can see, you can find many parish. They name the Our Lady of Lavang parish.
Thank you, sister. Most of the apparitions tend to erase the agency of the visionaries. It focuses so much on Our Lady who keeps appearing, and we never hear anything about those that she appeared to. We only hear their story when the first apparition happens, but after that, there's nothing that is said about them. So how do they play into this imagination of what Mary is supposed to represent for the people when she decided to appear to certain people at certain time? So what's the status of those people? What's the memory about them within the imagination of people who subscribe to this devotion to Our Lady of Lavang?
Can you repeat the question, Vang?
So Our Lady appeared to a certain group of people, right? What is the imagination, and how does the society continue to remember these people? Because they are connected to the story of Our Lady of Lavang, right? Yeah, so what's their status within the society, within culture? How are they remembered?
You mean how they remember the people?
The people Our Lady appears to.
Piatos?
Did they die forever?
For instance, this Our Lady, she came and then some people saw her.
Yeah.
So his question is there any story about those people to whom Our Lady appeared? Because the focus has always been on Our Lady. So his question is, what about those people to whom she appeared?
Yes, so for those people, you know, they just identify them as a group, no specific person. So when we talk about that story, we just, even, you know, they don't have any like the official document. It talk about it like the people just talk about like they transfer from this generation to the other generation. Yeah. So that means when we talk about Lady of Lavang, I think on the one document they talk about they interview one of the person, right, the oldest in that village, and they say, oh, I remember my grandmother or my parents talk about that story. So you know, so until nowadays, Vatican didn't approve that Mother Lady of Lavang appear in Lavang, but they approve that venerate for Our Lady of Lavang. Yeah.
Maybe even a follow-up to that kind of question, thinking back to Sister Nguyen's presentation, with this high, almost veneration of priests and clerics in Vietnam, the fact that Our Lady chose to appear to probably not priests, not deacons, not, religious per se, could this devotion be fostered to kind of push back a little bit against that very patriarchal, clericalistic society?
Thank you. That is a very interesting question. Yes, we see it in the Vietnamese church. But, thank God, even the men, they have many clergy, many laymen, they have devotion, they have to Mary. It's no contradict in the patriarchal societies. Like in many Vietnamese priests, they love Mary.
Yeah,
They
are bosses.
yeah.